Riley. So we are leaving. I just wanted to pull the camera out to get a shot as we were leaving. And Riley had so much fun during our stay that he wants to go back. He's like, let's go back. Let's go back. No, we're going this way, Riley. Yep, that's fine. He didn't put up too much of a fight there. So I had a wonderful time. We had a wonderful time. I did not get any footage of our wonderful time, but I can describe it today. So I will do that, but we're gonna get started with the day first, and I'll check in later and provide an update on our wonderful stay here at Woods Hole. We stayed one night, and I think it's definitely before noon, but it's maybe a little after 11 o'clock now, maybe 11:30. And we're gonna try to get to Pearisburg today, which I believe is 10.6 miles from when we get back on the trail. And we just have a half-mile walk to get back on the trail. So now Riley is protesting. Okay, so we'll check in later. That would be like perfect for like just cowboy camping, right, if you're in a severe thunderstorm. Yeah. Like, I mean, as long as it's warm out, right, it would protect you from if you had like a problem with your tent or something.
It's pretty cool. I was picturing that one.
Yeah.
You're picturing that it's just falling.
Yeah,
that would be quick death at least, like fair. Done.
You wouldn't notice it. Hopefully.
No, you would wake up and be moose.
Like a hydraulic press kind of.
Yeah. Where's that?
That river right there.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
I think that might be the one that goes through Shenandoah too. I'm not sure.
Are you asking me about US geography?
Inquisitive, I don't know.
I haven't heard that it goes through Shenandoah.
Okay, it's probably Shenandoah River though.
Yes, yeah, but I'm not even sure that the Shenandoah River goes through Shenandoah National Park though. But that it, right? Who would? I mean, you would think. I could be wrong, but
assumption.
I am not familiar with any river.
Call me a dummy. I don't know. I would assume.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think we might cross that river actually. There's a bridge that we have to cross at when we're leaving Pearisburg.
I've kayaked on a good bit of that before, and I think it was North Carolina. It's a long river. Also, come to find out, one of the oldest rivers in the world. Oddly enough.
The New River. Hold up. I'm gonna let you get a little ahead of us so that we're not bumping into each other. Yep. I know. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. Yeah. Yep. I know, Riley. I know. Oh, buddy. Hey. Riley. Doing so well today. So well. All right. So, hello. This is Van Gogh and Riley here. I didn't mention today is Monday, June 17th, day number 46. 46 of our AT through hike attempt. And we are at a place called Angel's Rest, which we're actually not on the AT right now. We took a 0.1 mile side trail to get out here and view this. And I'm not often inclined to take side trails, but this one was pretty short. And I don't remember coming out and viewing this on my previous hikes. So, plus we were with the other couple, Logan and his hiking partner. And they wanted to come out, they were gonna come out as well. So we've been hiking, it's been a hot day today. And we've been hiking with people, a bunch of people that left Woods Hole last night. I know, Riley, and it's been helping to spur Riley along because it's been like I said, it's been hot, and Riley's always motivated by hiking with people. All right, so Riley, hold up, stay behind me, Riley. Stay behind me until you calm down a little bit. Yeah, so the section we're going through, it's got some cool rock formations. won't take us long to get back to the official trail here. Hold up, buddy. And we are close to Pearisburg, however you want to pronounce it. Pearisburg, I pronounce it. Almost, buddy. Almost, Riley. I know, so now another hiker just entered to go view Angel's Rest, and Riley has totally forgotten about the other hikers and wants to go back to Angel's Rest. All right, so this gives us our Route 634 is the nearest entry point to Pearisburg, and it says 1.7 miles there. Okay. Riley, let's continue on, buddy. Hey, no. Okay, so we're gonna check in later. Bye for now. I just noticed on this rock there's these 3 worms here. Kind of interesting. Okay. All right. Riley and I are back. Checking in here. And it's finally just the 2 of us. Just Riley and I. I don't feel like we are in like a hiker sandwich at this point. We crossed this road called Cross Avenue. The road is called Cross Avenue, and we crossed it. And that's the main road that leads into Pearisburg. It's a 7/10 of a mile road walk to get into Pearisburg. But there's another road a little further up that you can also take to get into Pearisburg, which is, I think it's a little bit longer than 0.7 from the next road. But that is the route that I have decided we're gonna take to get into Pearisburg. Reason being that I'm thinking we might stay a while and we might be hiking out once it's already dark. And given that I think it would be nice to have this section in between those 2 roads completed. So we don't have to do this section in the dark. And even though the road walk to get into Pearisburg might be a little bit longer, that should be, like, doing that in the dark won't be a problem because there's going to be lights around. So basically, I just think it'd be nice to get a little bit further on the trail. And I think ultimately where we're going to camp is north of Pearisburg. We're going to cross this big bridge called the Senator Schumont. I think that, I'm not sure, I guess that's how you pronounce it, Senator Schumont Bridge. And then we're going to get back into the woods, and there's a climb at that point, but we'll only go as far as we need to get to a campsite. And so, since I think we're going to be going in that direction anyway, it'd be nice to just get this middle section complete while it's still light out. Riley's wondering where his people are. We've been hiking with people like all day. We hiked out of Woods Hole Hostel this morning. Like I said, it was maybe close to 11 o'clock. And it was just Riley and I. But then we got to the first shelter called Doc's Knob. And there was a group of 3 hikers that had walked in there. They walked in there to take a break and get some water, I guess. And Riley and I hiked on, but we took a break shortly thereafter. And then those 3 hikers caught up to us, and Riley took a liking to them, and they had already met Riley back at the hostel last night and this morning. And so we kind of just, Riley and I kind of hiked with them for most of the day, up until we got to Cross Avenue. It wouldn't have been very easy to try to hike ahead of them, because Riley just loves to be with people, and he would have resisted any effort to try to get away from them. I mean, not that, yeah, he would have resisted any effort to try to hike far, like, you know, hike at a faster pace, I guess. So as a result, like, it's all good, but as a result, Riley was stopping a lot, and it just kind of jerks me a lot when I'm hiking forward, and he'll be walking with me and we're walking together, and then he'll look back and just decide to wait, and he'll stop dead in his tracks, and I won't know it until I feel the pull of the leash on me. That's all. I'm just explaining that. I know, Riley. There's nobody behind us right now, Riley. There's nobody behind us. So I might as well just do and it's been a hot day, so like the other hikers actually helped us a lot by motivating Riley to go on, and giving him energy. So Woods Hole, I didn't get any footage of the time at Woods Hole. There were about a dozen other hikers there, and it just didn't, and I was busy the whole time with either eating good food or taking a shower or tending to my phone and trying to get my videos taken care of and uploaded to YouTube. So I'm always very busy at the hostels. But yeah, I had a wonderful time there. I actually they let me do a work for stay where I volunteered to do any type of work that they needed help with, and as a result they didn't charge me for staying, either, you know, for the residency portion. They didn't charge me for the bed, and they didn't charge me for the meals, the dinner and the breakfast, which was super nice of them. And anyway, so Riley and I were able to stay in the bunkhouse, and that was the first time on trail that we've actually been able to sleep in a bed. Oh, Riley, I'm sorry, buddy. So it was super comfortable. I woke up feeling super, yeah, I just got a wonderful night's sleep, being able to sleep in a bed. And the dinner last night was absolutely wonderful. They had two big bowls of everything was family style, and the whole atmosphere was very, very inclusive. All right, Riley, come on, let's go, buddy. Very inclusive. Before dinner, the owner of the place, her name is Neville, she got everyone to gather in a circle, and she gave like a brief history and just background of the place. The very brief history of this place is that Neville's grandparents originally purchased the place in the 1980s, and they operated it as a hiker hostel for AT hikers. And then eventually Neville decided to, and just grew into the owner of the place. She inherited the property and she decided to run it herself. Okay, Riley, come on. And so she gave us that background, and then she asked everybody to introduce themselves and say some things about themselves, like including like something that they're thankful for. And then, but she didn't make us do that for too long, because she knew everyone was hungry and looking forward to dinner. And she's also like really knowledgeable about dogs, and she took a liking to Riley, and she said she gave me a lot of advice as well about caring for Riley. And she's also very, very open and direct, and she told me that I'm doing a bad job with in terms of helping Riley to interact well with other dogs. Like, basically I've been erring on being extra safe with Riley, and trying to limit his interactions with other dogs, and using the leash to help me in limiting his interactions. And the reason I do that is because I don't want him to get into a fight with any other dogs, which he does have the tendency to do. And so I want to protect Riley, and I also want to protect the other dogs. And so on the one hand, that's totally logical, and at least from my perspective, it's logical. But from the perspective of the dog, Riley isn't necessarily looking to fight other dogs. There's many cases where I'm just being overprotective unnecessarily, and Riley could easily go up and interact with another dog, and they might have a little tense period initially while they're getting to know, like while each dog is getting to know the other dog. But once they've gotten through that initial period, they're usually fine. And Neville has a lot of experience with dogs, and so she was encouraging me to get better at becoming a good dog parent, and possibly use a shock collar for training purposes to help prevent bad outcomes. Like if there's a fight, the shock collar can be very useful. So it was good for me to hear her feedback. It's something I'm still very reluctant to, and I'm kind of scared to break away from my habits of trying to limit Riley's interactions with other dogs. But I definitely understand and respect Neville's point of view, and I trust that she has a lot more experience working with dogs than I do. So I definitely want to get better, and I want to learn more. And particularly if there's no other dogs around, if it's just people, yeah, Neville was saying that like Riley should be fine off a leash if he's just around other people, even if it's out in the open, which I actually let him off leash in the yard, and he was fine. It wasn't for a very long period of time, but he was fine. Hey, buddy. Good boy. But I know that Riley has a strong chase instinct as well, and I don't want him to run off and just get lost. That would be a bad thing. So for now, while I'm hiking, I'm certainly keeping him on leash. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to mention that Neville was, I appreciated her feedback, and she was very nice to offer me the feedback. And the food was excellent. So the dinner was, like I said, there was a big salad, and everything was homemade. Everything was vegetarian as well. And so they had several homemade dressings. Like, it was a basic salad with nice fresh greens from I assume from their garden, and also some apples. And they had a tahini dressing, a ranch dressing, a honey mustard dressing. They had a pesto dressing, and a garlic aioli type dressing. And then they had homemade bread with homemade butter and homemade apple butter. I mean, I say homemade next to everything. Everything was homemade. But for the main course, they had a rice dish where they had two choices of rice. One, like plain basmati rice, I believe. So it was like unseasoned. But then they also had a seasoned rice. And I don't know exactly all the magic that they put into it, but it was very delicious. It was yellow in color, had just lots of, it was like an Indian type seasoning. And they had some broccoli mixed in, cooked broccoli, and the rice alone was delicious. But then to complement the rice, they had a tikka masala sauce with tofu mixed in. And you could eat or enjoy the sauce as a soup by itself, or you could just put it over the rice as a sauce. And so it's kind of like there's an Indian dish called chicken tikka masala, and this was like, I guess, tofu tikka masala. And it was yellowish in color, so I guess it was they had used turmeric, I guess, as one of the main spices. And it was delicious. So, and they made enough so that people could basically eat as much as they want. I was able to eat 2 platefuls, like two salads, and along with like a couple bowls of the rice and tikka masala. And it was delicious, and it was also nutritious. And today, while I've been hiking, I've just felt excellent. Riley, come on, man. Let's go. Let's go. We're getting to Petersburg. Okay, gotta get untangled here. So that was dinner, and then breakfast. Somehow I was hungry again for breakfast, and they made a peach crisp. I'm just saying this like in order of how they put it out. They had a peach crisp, like a whole big container of peach crisp that they baked fresh. And they had a French toast casserole type dish. So it wasn't like individual pieces of French toast, but somehow it was, they made French toast into like a casserole. So it was just one big block of like French toast. But not exactly what you think of as French toast. Like when I think of it as French toast, it's individual slices of bread. And this was just like a big whole block of French toast goodness. And they just had a serving spoon or a serving utensil, and you could just serve up as much as you wanted of it, within reason, of course. And then they had a big thing of eggs, and they also had a big thing of oatmeal as well. I don't I didn't take any oatmeal. Though I'm sure the oatmeal was very good, but I wanted to concentrate on the extra special items. So I helped myself to the French toast and the peach crisp and the eggs. And then they had just had a bunch of nice toppings. So they had like, they had a container of yogurt, not store-bought yogurt, it was homemade yogurt. But for the toppings, they had like raisins and almonds and cashews and coconut flakes. And then they had a separate thing of granola. So yeah, the breakfast was amazing too. It was, and of course maple syrup. Oh, also I didn't mention that they had chocolate chip cookies for dessert last night. The breakfast this morning was a lot like dessert because the peach crisp along with the French toast and maple syrup, everything was very sweet. And so that was great, but I think the dinner last night was my favorite. And I was able to get a shower. Hello, Riley. We're almost there, man. Come on. Come on, buddy. Riley is missing his people. He's like, where did our people go? Where did our people go? It's no fun. No fun without our other people. Yeah, so I was saying that I got a shower last night, and then we actually, in the bunk room, we were on the top floor, and so we had to climb up a ladder to get up there. It wasn't a super long ladder, but it was a little tricky getting Riley up there. Fortunately, the ladder was not straight up. Riley, we can go around here. Let's go around here. There was a slight slant. Here, this way, Riley. Come on. Come on, buddy. There's a slight slant to the ladder. Yes. Riley's still waiting for his people here. And so that helped with me. Basically, I just picked Riley up and slowly ascended, and I was able to get him up and then down this morning. It would have been better if I had taken some footage, so I'm not just describing it with my words. But I didn't take footage, so that's all. This is all I have here. And yeah, just an overall wonderful experience. I'm very, very happy that I was able to stay there. And I'm already, just after a day's hike, like I'm already hungry to get some food in Pearisburg. Basically, our reason for going in is just to get some dog food for Riley. That's the main thing. And while we're there, I mean, I'm gonna go to the supermarket. There's a food line in town. And while we're there, I'm probably gonna get some oatmeal for myself. And those are the two main things that I need to add to my pack. The Wi-Fi was not very good at Woods Hole, so I wasn't able to upload any videos using their Wi-Fi. But I was at least able to transfer several videos from my GoPro onto my phone to free up space on my GoPro. So that's why I'm able to take some more footage now. And this is turning into a very long update here. It's already 22 minutes. So I'm gonna need to cut this short here, or just cut it to a not absurd length here. Yeah, so dog food, oatmeal. I'm gonna see if there's any stores that have Wi-Fi that I can use, and I'll also get some dinner at the grocery store, and then we'll just hike out, and we'll see what time it is. It could be late, but once we hike out, we're just gonna be in the mode of finding the next campsite. By the way, I was able to get AAA batteries from the hiker box at Woods Hole. So my headlamp works again. I was able to charge all my devices. So I'm no longer in a bad spot if we need to hike into the night. And And like I said earlier, I felt really good on trail today. And just in terms of my body, the hiking has not been, I mean, my body, I just don't feel as fatigued as I did in the days prior. And I feel much more comfortable just knowing that I have my power issues resolved. And the only thing that we need to resolve now is getting Riley's food, which we're gonna do shortly. And then I'm still not sure what we're gonna do about all these YouTube videos that are collecting and need to be uploaded, but in the grand scheme of things, that's secondary really to the hike. That's just, the hike is one thing, and it is what it is, and it's separate from the YouTube process. So if there needs to be a delay in getting the videos uploaded, then there will be a delay. The important thing is for us to just enjoy the hike as it's happening in the moment as much as possible. So with that, I will sign off for now, and we will check in later on, whenever I feel it's appropriate. Okay, so I hope everyone is doing well, and we'll say bye for now.